What is going on, everyone? How are you doing tonight? We got 20 plus people in here already. Big shout out to Solid for Life being first. We got Burt Racing. We got Brett Smith in the house, the legend, bringing the corgis in chat. How you doing tonight, NFT Magic? We'll have our little feet talk after this. Top Run Stables, cheers to you. What is going on, Wonky Donkey? You liking the music? Dragnet, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. We're now at 0, so let's get this going. Happy New Year to you, Wonky Donkey. Spooge, good day. How's it going? Dallas Diamonds. All right, I'm liking chat. We just cracked 30. Look at that. Look at that. Try Guy, how you doing? Thanks, Spooge. Appreciate it. Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So tonight we are. Geez, that's a really hot mic. Tonight we will be talking a little bit about Zed, all about Zed, talking about Ponies, doing some horse evals, keeping it kind of low key. So if you have any questions about Zed, any strategy questions, any horse evaluations, get those ready. Don't throw them in chat quite yet, but soon. AC Wolf, how you doing? Brett Smith, dropping the corgis. Let's get some hype in chat for Brett Smith. Let's get right into our Zed news. The first thing, the big thing, being that Zed has hit 1 million races. Huge milestone. I once again kind of feel that this was not properly celebrated, like a handful of other Zed events, which was a little disheartening, but that's okay. We'll hit other milestones along the way. And the big thing that I just kind of took away from this was that the video one is pretty freaking sweet, not going to lie. We can take a second and watch that if you haven't seen it, but it gets me pretty hyped. And the other thing is that if you participated in that millionth race, you will be getting something. In the near future, we'll be announcing something special for those who participated in the actual historic millionth race. Excited to see what that will be, what that looks like. It was not me, it was not my horse. I think they showed, and we'll try and watch this quickly. I think they show the horses in the race. And I think one of the horses' names is actually Pickle Tickle.
We did it, Zed Run. 1 million races. Thank you to our passionate community for helping us reach such an incredible milestone. What a journey it has been. From our creator, Chris Laron, being inspired by a poster hanging on the wall of a takeout restaurant all the way back in 2017, to digital racehorses flying down futuristic racetracks, it's been an unforgettable road to 1 million races. Let's rewind the tape. Virtually Human Studio was founded, forming the team that would give life to what is today Zed Run. From napkin sketches to prototypes transformed into the humble beginnings.
Look at that prototype right there. Look at that prototype. Look at those little ponies run. The colors. One, these ponies are a lot less shiny than they are today. But I love the names. Jeff, Frank, Rob, Nella, Chris, Frank, Tori, Chris, Rosie, Lindsay, Tori, Jeff. I wonder if these are the developer names. Some of those names definitely look familiar. But the track looks wild, like a little see-through track, which I believe has a curve in it.
Of what we see on the racetracks today, in 2020, the game quite literally would change. Zed Run entered the blockchain. Around the same
That video looked familiar.
time, Zed Run would be upgrading from colorful 2D dots running across a web page to a visually stunning 3D entertainment experience.
There it is. Pickle Tickle. Pickle Tickle. I'm not sure if this is the millionth race, but yes, we have a horse named Pickle Tickle. Just dominating front and center.
Visually stunning.
Very clearly visible, more so than any other name. Just Pickle Tickle right in front of your face.
Entertainment experience.
How hilarious
From
is
there,
that?
you, our community, began to truly take shape and gravitate to something special. From a 500 racehorse Genesis drop in March to a Zed Run ecosystem that has since grown to more than 150,000 digital racehorses,
Absolutely
2021
insane.
can be summed up in a single emoji we've all used more often this year, the rocket ship. To put our growth in context, this past April, Zed Run sat at 60,000 lifetime Zed Run races. Thanks
Wow.
to you, our platform now sees just about that many races in any given 10-day span. As you've grown, so has the list of partners that have lined up to reintroduce themselves in a new and exciting way. There's so many.
I want more from the sponsors in Zed and vice versa. They said they're going to do more with the NASCAR Pass this year. I can't wait to see what that looks like. But I'd love to see more of an integration with Atari. I know Atari, I don't believe they've released too much yet, but that would be super exciting to just kind of tighten those relationships between them and get some more utility, whether it's on the Zed side or the sponsorship side. Also being said, added to that, Stella, please feel free to send me some brewskis. Thank you.
More we cannot wait to announce.
I'm down for Stella being the official Num Num Juice sponsor of MJ Gaming. Just saying.
Not once, but twice, the Zed Run team connected in person with community members in the city that never sleeps, New York City. We knew our community was a special bunch, but finally meeting many of you face to face was truly one of the highlights of our year. In 2022, we hope to see each other a lot more often. As our community has grown to nearly 50,000 interacting in Discord and across social platforms, so too has our family here at Virtually Human Studio. VHS is now a team of more than 100 employees, and this past July, we welcomed incredible investment partners into the fold, raising $20 million in our Series A investment round. To date, more than $40 million in prize pool winnings have been awarded to Zed Run stable owners around the world. The road to 1 million was a blast, and those of you who have seen our 2022 roadmap know the best is yet to come. With 1 million races in the books, we send 1 million thank yous to our 1 in a million community. Every race starts with you. We'll see you on the racetrack.
So I like the video. What did we think about the video? I thought it was a pretty good one. Again, I want to see more of the partnerships. Frank, Bert, no way. I didn't know that was your horse. That's awesome. Mr. Mar, how you doing? Longtime supporter of the stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a cool video. But again, like I said earlier, I just wish that they would have done a little more for it. It's like, this is a huge, huge milestone. This is a really, really big deal. I felt like there was a few tweets. This page. Big shout out to Ryan. I'm a huge Ryan fan. Ryan's awesome. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, exactly. The promotion aspect of it was really missing. Prospect, what is up? How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. What happened to the skins? Yeah, I don't know. We will see. I mean, we are basically done with January. So we are a third of the way through Q1. We'll see what happens with that. The other big announcement is this bi-weekly rundown. um, product roadmap. So this is going to be coming out every week, and then in addition to this, there are going to be some additional things. But before we talk about this specific roundup, one thing I really want to point out, I hope this is real. Look at this horse over here. Look at like all the different like cords and wires in its neck. Like it's like a mecha horse for those of you in riot racers. Look at all the gears down here. If this is part of the future for skins, this is so sick, and I'm going to become the biggest skin fanboy ever. That sounds weird in normal context. This is all relating to Zed Run Horse skins. That let's just delete that and pretend that didn't happen. But these are awesome. These look really, really cool. I want the different colors up here too. I think that could be a cool customization for your horse. Super, super fun. But like, yeah, check out these graphics. Look for little teasers. I'm not sure if they mean anything or anything's going to come of them, but I think it could be really, really cool opportunity for Zed. So this rundown is a weekly email, comes out Friday in the US. But in addition to this, one thing that they're announcing is that they're also going to have a product and UX roundup. And we're just going to select the letter there. So each week they're going to alternate between product and US. And so, you know, the question came up in chat about skins. Hopefully we'd hear about those from one of these weekly or bi-weekly publications. So I think the general Zed roundup's going to happen every week, and then it's going to switch between product and UX every other. Would be pretty cool. I'm super excited about that. Try Guys is very Westworld. Man, I forgot about that show. I love that show a lot. Yes, Alex, Ride Racer beta tomorrow. Super excited for that. I was in the private beta. It was awesome. I loved it. Foxy Burger, thank you. No, the skins are not usable yet. Yeah, see, like these little things that you miss and can often pop up. Let's see what else. Excited for the teased zombie horses skin. Ooh, Jake, I didn't see that. That sounds pretty cool. I love it. I love it. Farrat, the legend. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Good to see you. Happy to have you here in chat tonight. Good to talk to you. How you been, Farrat? How have you been? All right. So let's move on. So then the next part they talk about new people. So we got Dan, product comms. He'll be pointing out all the landmarks along the way. Luke, product manager, currently focusing on racing, includes promised ELO class system and other racing developments in the 2020 roadmap. So that is, it has an MBA in applied circular economics, driving deeper passion for blockchain tokenomics and product development. So it looks like Luke will be heading up a lot of the racing. AB or AB will build out racehorse profile, skins, and bundling, and racehorse lending. And then we have John, who's going to be talking about breeding and racehorse retirement, which is another very interesting feature. It says it says feel free to add me if you have any questions, which is super cool. John Zed Run. And then we have Jeff, the project manager, currently working on the token alongside Republic Crypto and the founders of VHS to ensure its successful launch. So I like that, you know, they are calling out the different components. So we've got racing, we've got breeding, we've got token, we've got overall, and they're kind of highlighting here are going to be the main product managers for each section, which I think is really cool. I like that transparency. I like that they're talking about this. Super great. So let's get into the next part of this, which is the daily teasers. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Appreciate that. I mess that up all the time. Crazy Cat, how you doing? Welcome. It could be zombie racing. Farrat says, just done with final exams. Congratulations, man. That's huge. I love it. Be here more often now. Fantastic. I'm doing all right. Did you end up getting that horse we talked about a few months back, Farrat? Did you and your friends end up getting that? Let me know in chat, please. All right, so product teasers. What is coming up? Daily tournaments. How do we feel about daily tournaments? Tournaments with even more frequency. Firm date and schedule for the first week of... Oh, we got a new follower. Dragnet, thank you so much for the follow. Also, big shout out to Cam Miller, K.A. Miller 80. Appreciate the follow as well. Sorry I missed you earlier. We were watching the video. So the team will bring up a high-octane tournament, entertainment. Date will be revealed shortly. Okay, so that was about a week ago. So hopefully shortly will be coming up soon. Gap between the end of Maiden Stakes and the first daily tournament. So, okay, so Maiden 2.0 is happening right now. So that's okay. So that is coming up pretty soon. Upcoming ELO system daily tournaments will go a long way to democratize big words. Wow. Racing events. The evolution of daily tournaments will soon bring in condition-based racing, giving those racehorses that haven't spent enough time on the racetrack a chance to race again. That's going to be super, super interesting. Curious to see what kind of events they're going to have. You know, I'd love to see this horse hasn't won, or, you know, you have under 5% winner, or only one in free, little mini tournaments. Daily sounds cool, but it might not be enough. I mean, I'd have to see how they implement that. Because is it what, 5? Are we going to be expected to race 5 races? Is it going to be a single race? Like, how many races realistically can people get in one day? One day might be a little too short. That's just kind of my take on it. I think like a 48-hour would be kind of cool. And then depending on when that tournament starts, timeline-wise, you could be kind of screwing over people in the U.S., Australia, like just different sides of the globe. Could be hurt by that a little bit. But, you know, I guess if they have it, you know, multiple times, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Like if Monday becomes one day Buterin Z20 plus day, then okay, like in every Monday for a week or season or a month, that becomes a thing. Very cool. ELO class system. So moving on to that, heading in the final rounds of our ELO testing. Provide a better way of measuring a racehorse's performance and a stable owner's skill than the current system. I don't know if I agree with that statement, because Zed isn't an economy where you want to constantly be racing up and like improving always. Down classing, declassing is a thing. So is that going to be factored in? Is that going to hurt you negatively or not? Are you going to be downgraded as a stable owner if you declass your horse? I mean, how is that going to affect you? In what way? A fully dynamic and competitive long-term system. Test and gather further feedback from the community. Interesting, because I don't think the community is getting involved with that, so that sentence kind of confuses me. In order to transition to the new system, a few changes will be implemented. All racehorses, both new and previously raced, will have to complete a discovery process to establish their initial ELO rating. So it sounds like this is going to be just scrapped from the beginning. ELO ratings will be replacing the current class points system, so those will be going away. The class brackets will be represented by all new ELO ratings, and a 6th class will be added below class 5. I love that. For those of you that have seen my streams before, we talk about, like, one of the things I like to talk about is trying to help you figure out what class your horse should be running in. And there's some cases where, like, in my opinion, the lowest of the lowest tier is, you know, class 5 free, that, like, your horse is still struggling there. So that 6th class, I think will be really, really helpful. And I think is a big sign that says, hey, there are some horses that are out there that just really aren't competitive, period. So having a 6th class will be huge. What are your thoughts on this ELO system, this discovery process, and all of that? Chat, I would love to hear it. Fred says, unlikely the name of the horse. Cool. Condition races. I think condition races might be like the actual, not like I think it's like color, breed, blood, win percent, things like that, like conditions like that. I think of like conditional statements. NFT Magic says, I was expecting to enter the tourney and get auto enter in several races to determine the winner. Interesting. Interesting. So that's no longer a thing then, NFT Magic? Prospect says, hate this. ELO will be a complete reset. Spooky. I don't think it'll be a reset of performance per se, but a reset of distribution, if that makes sense. It will be very, very interesting. And like, how are you going to play this discovery process? Are you going to, could you tank discovery in order to try and start off in a worse position and at least give yourself a heads up or like a head start? And then, sure, long term, you'll kind of elo based off of elo, you would eventually get to your spot anyways. So, like, why wouldn't you try and throw the discovery process if that's even possible? I have no idea what that's going to look like to try and just try and maximize your horse's potential or ROI or performance, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Elo Prospect, but we'll see how it's implemented. You know, fingers crossed. Definitely going to try it out and hope for the best. Fingers crossed we also get track conditions and other factors turned on. Absolutely, Try Guy. I would love that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be really cool. What's going to happen? Okay, here's our huge, legitimate, serious concern about racing conditions. What happens to our already glistening, shiny horses when it's raining? Like, are they just going to slip and slide all over the place? The horses can't get any shinier. What's going to happen to a wet horse? What is that going to look like? Is that just going to be like blindingly reflective? What is going on? The horses already look like they're glowing. Jake says, I feel like they're going to want us to start racing all the way through classes without downclassing and then retire the horse when we get tired of not being the best. That could be, Jake. That's an interesting point. That's going to be really tough, though, because, I mean, some of these horses, even with 6 classes, still might struggle with, oh man, 20 races and this horse is a dud and I'm not seeing any performance anywhere. I'm done and retire it. And depending on what investment went into that horse, especially during, we're still in kind of this Weath period, like that could really suck for devaluing. I guess they don't have retirement out, so that doesn't matter, but that's going to be really, really interesting. Good point there, Jake. Try Guy says 6 class, not enough, but depends on condition races, really. I agree with that. I agree with that. Top Run says 10 classes. Might be too much. I'm not opposed to it, though. I'm not opposed to having more than 6 classes at all. NFT Metric says, I'm game for it all, but expectations are meh. Yeah, I mean, like, let's get in. Let's see what happens. And when we just go from there. We make the most of it. That's what we do. As long as the monsters can't downclass to class 6, I agree, AC Wolf. Cactus Racing, love it all. Very happy to see a discovery process. How wild would that? I mean, they can't reset horses, but how wild would that be if they just reset every single horse? And we had just like a complete algorithm change. Every horse goes back to 0 completely. How wild would that be? K.A. Miller, please tell me how to pronounce your name. Just want to be respectful of that. I'm so sorry for butchering it. Seems like a great foundation to section off groups into specific tournament pools. Ooh, I like that angle. Bad use of English language there. I'm struggling talking tonight. I think you'd want Elo to work towards you, not work towards Elo, if that makes sense, actually. You want Elo, I'm feeling a little off. We want Elo to work towards you. Correct. Actually, maybe the opposite. Prospect, you are just blowing my mind right now, buddy. Like what they are doing, you've got to be able to adapt. 100%, Farrell. 100%. Any play to earn game. And this is, so like I'm been recently involved with a ton of play to earn games. A lot of them are in beta. A lot of them haven't launched yet. And there are changes to the performance, to the ecosystem, to different features and functions within each game. You have to be, if you're in play to earn gaming, especially some of these projects that are so new, you have to be able to adapt. That is one of the most important skills you need, outside of a lot of patience. Prospect doesn't even know. Okay, good. We're both confused. At least we're on the same page. How will it relate to token drop? Not sure, Clone Assassin. That's going to happen a lot further down the road. I'd say let's just focus on, for me personally, I'm just focusing on racing Elo classes right now. Daily sound good. Easy solution was just tie your class to each distance. They better nail Elo or I fear for the game. I 100% agree, R25 Lupo. 100% agree. And I like the idea of tying an elo to a distance or a class to a distance, because otherwise it's gonna just get crazy. What horses are dangerous, absolutely dangerous. I really don't think they need racing conditions. Prospect says Liquid Sunshine. Try again. That's a horse name. If someone doesn't have a horse named Liquid Sunshine, that needs to be a thing. Someone polished the collection. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to win now with your average horse. Now you want to add weather, but that could help an average horse. Think about this way, Ermic. Like, if you have an average horse that, maybe it doesn't run well in normal conditions, but for whatever reason, it's amazing when it rains. And it gets, just enough boost to take it from, those middle finishing positions to like a top, more likely in the top 3. Like, that could be a thing that happens. Andy tuned into, what am I going to do with a wet horse? Doughboy, I'm tired of all the small talk. I want some action. Damn it to hell. If I get tired of a horse and want to win or rent it out, not force it to retire, I like that class by distance. First time Josie in chat. I like the idea of Elo. It's used in the real world. I think to make it more competitive and realistic. I think the new classes will help. And hopefully purses become more progressive, giving incentive to upclass. I love that. That's very important. We need incentive to be in the top classes. NFT Magic, what are we stopping? There's so many things. I'm so far behind on chat. I apologize. Honestly, they should have done a reset after Sentinel Gate. Okay, time out. Sentinel Gate. There have been some rumors floating around Twitter on who is involved with Sentinel Gate. I won't say name. And allegedly that person, according to Twitter, is still racing. What? Like, how can that happen? How can that be a thing? I'm really not okay with that at all. Prospect, enjoy your dinner. Hurt you too, brother. Maybe some of these donks will be super fast on a mud track. Exactly, Crisis. Exactly. That's a very valid point. So they're eventually going to do stable renting. Okay, K.A. Miller. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Might be a mutter. That's also a great horse name. Might be a mutter and Liquid Sunshine. This is turning into a great horse naming night. Chat. Might be a mutter and Liquid Sunshine. Someone take that. Weather also tilts strong horses and boost average horses. Yeah, 100% Doughboy. Thank you for popping in, Doughboy. I appreciate it. The reels know who it was. Yep. I agree. But what's that say about Zed if that's the case? They're turning their head the other way if the person... Oh, yes! Like, where's the action on that? Like, something needs to happen. Somehow, like... the horses they own or something, like, I don't know. They've got to do something to slow that down. Hey, Hell, how you doing? Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. Sorry I missed your stream earlier. Work was kicking my butt today. How's that endless dungeon in Crypto Raiders? They know more than us, mate. She Doughboy, bringing the fire. Speaking of, I can't talk tonight. I'm not even broken. I am stone cold sober. I am struggling with words. Between talking about skins, that was just awkward. I can't talk. But speaking of bringing the fire, I got to call out my community real quick because I have a bone to pick with not all of you, but most of you. I'm a little upset. For those of you, you know who you are, you know what you did to me. We got some problems, okay? For those of you that have been watching my stream for a while, you know that some people like to make fun of the way I say a certain color of horse. I'm not going to repeat it. You know who you are and you know what you did. After the new year, someone, and I'm going to call them out, at least one person who I know is involved with this, HeroCraft, I'm looking at you, brother, decided it would be a great idea to just bomb my stable with a bunch of horses that are this particular color. So if we take a look at my stable, there happens to be a large number now. If you look here, we'll make this enhance. We did not enhance. This is not enhancing the way I thought it would. Of all of these pink, there we go. There's the enhance. This color right here. This color. My least favorite color in all of Zed. And just drop it all over me. Yes, that word, Clown Assassin. That word. That horrible word. So we have MJ's Army 1. Shout out to Doofy. Thank you so much. A Z14 exclusive Zabo Supercoat of this horrible, disgusting pink color. Nothing against pink. Like pink. But not this pink-ish. Then we have Living in Hope. Z30 exclusive. Goosey McGee. What a silly name for a silly filly. That's going to be a fun nickname. Also, this color Z16 Elite Finny. Super exciting. MJ's Army 006. Can't wait for MJ's Army 007. That's got to be a fun horse. That one I might keep for myself. Then we have this newborn. A Z131 Pacer filly. Can't wait to breed with that. Going to be a lot of fun. Then we have that word, like me, a Z24 exclusive Buterin. Murder Weapon is not. Do not stain Murder Weapon's name. This Murder Weapon is a different color. Oval Orchid, that is a very acceptable pink color. That is completely different than the other one. Then we have Stukas. It's a cool name. Z27 exclusive Buterin. Gonna have to get that in the maiden. Oh, no, just kidding. It's not. It's just 41 races. I thought that was a G. It's a 0. I have like 6 of these horses now in my stable. I don't know what to do with them. So yeah. R25 Lupo, you almost got me there. Yeah. So one, honestly, in all honesty, like, thank you to everyone who contributed to this. HeroCraft, Doofy, Holly, I think, was involved. If I'm missing anyone, Darthside might have been involved. Winx was probably involved, and J-Sync. Eric Wong, I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved too. But thank you all so much. I appreciate it. But we're going to add these to the MJ giveaways. Yeah, so I'm going to start breeding some of these together. Let's get some more of the super coats. I think that could be a lot of fun. We will be a nice little addition. So MJ's Army is officially in effect. 001, 006 are ready for battle. You'll see them more on the track. Watch out for those horses. Sorry, we'll not just send them. They were gifts. I'm very appreciative of the gifts, Knees, but yes. So, yeah. So that's the other thing too, is like, when are we gonna get some info on Supercoats and what those do and what those look like? I just started racing MJ's Army 1 from Doofy, and we've got 4 races in and 1 second place. So pretty happy about that. Doesn't flame much. My lips are so chapped, I'm sorry. Doesn't flame much, but that's okay. We don't need flames because we're already on fire, being a supercoat. So let's get into some horse evaluations chat. I'm hoping we get visuals on the supercoats when they release skins. That would be so nice, J Reese. Absolutely, I would love that. R25 Lupo, new horse color, supercoats. So if you have a horse that you would like evaluated, chat, let me know. It's going to take me a minute to get through them all if I get bombed with it all of a sudden. But, you know, this part of the stream, like to kind of take time to review horses, talk about kind of differences we see in horses, and we will go from there. Princess Stephanie, all right. If your horse is super new, will not be in here yet. And the other thing is that we're only looking from July 1st on at this point for races. So it may not include all races if you have a super old horse. And if you have a super young horse, might not be in here. We're talking within like the past 24-ish hours. All right, so while this loads, for those of you that are new or have not been on stream before, this is the new kind of context version of my tool. What are we doing? Why are we doing evals here? But there's the link if you want to check it out. All of my tools are free, completely available to use for, you know, all horses that are available. But let's switch over to the workshop. We're doing evals. Let's do work where we do work. Don't work and play in the same area. All right, much better. Much better. All right, so let's see what we have here for Princess Stephanie. Now, the other thing that's really important, the most important column in this whole chart, it's a lot to take in, is this race experience column. So you have raced, unproven, well raced, lightly raced, experienced. I believe those are most, if not all, of the different classifications on your racing profile, race experience profile. So then another important factor, obviously, is profitability. So we're going to look at, we've got some free races, we've got some paid races here. Looks like it's been mostly a free racer. So if we look at 1,400, you've got some fire and 25 races. You're averaging about the $250 entry, 12% win, 32% first through third. That's pretty awesome. 127 races overall. Looks like mostly in class 3 and class 4. So we're going to go ahead and switch this from free to paid and just kind of see what happens with this profile. Like when you have a lot of races, I like to switch that over just to see what the horse is going to do. And again, just because it can't race in paid doesn't mean it's a bad horse necessarily. But when I do evaluations, I like to focus on profit. Right now, we're buying these for the Weath, however you want to pronounce it. And, trying to get that back both through tournaments, but also through paid racing, I think is important. So when we do these evaluations, it's important to look at that. So it looks like some of that win percent was actually from free races, but you're still getting 30% first through third, which I believe is right around the cutoff if you race right for profitability. Depending on, other metrics, finishes, things like that. So looks like you're barely unprofitable here. So I see a few things I'm looking at here. I see 14 and 1,600. You've got the most races. Looks like class 3, class 4. You're getting fire in those. 14, 16, 18. So this looks like a mid-distance horse. 18, 27. And these numbers are all kind of similar. So I would stay focused on... let's keep going with 14. 14 and 16. I would just focus on those. If we look down here, we see that kind of pan out. We see you could even try 12. You don't have a lot of experience there. Only one race, but see how far down and how far up the bounds of your performance can go. But you see, so the white here represents the class and the race type. By race type, I mean free versus paid that you're racing in. And the red triangles represent every race that your horses run. So a few things you're looking for. You want to be in front of the white, and you want a really dark, deep, dense red color. That shows, hey, you most likely have stronger performance in front. So not super far in front, but you see a lot of solid red right in the triangles and above the triangles. And you're seeing red more spaced out here in the 14s. So again, kind of backing up, okay, like 14, 16, I like that. 18, it looks like there's a little bit more behind, but you had a few races that did well. Now, this is a fire by class chart. So what we're looking for here is we're looking at a cutoff of where do you start to lose your fire percent? And to me, that's a good indicator of what class your horse should be racing in. So for example, class 5, 4 races paid, 100% fire, awesome. Your horse, and that's at a preferred distance, looks like your horse can race pretty well in class 5. Now, when we get to class 4, we see the numbers start to drop off, but you are above kind of that 56-ish% fire rate, which is huge. And then when you get into class 3, well, that drops off significantly and even starts to go away. So I would focus on this horse racing class 4, 250, 14, 1,600. So why the cutoff point at 50 to 60%? Well, there's another tool that I have called State of Zed. Thank you so much, MVG. Appreciate that. Appreciate you all coming in. And so in this State of Zed, it's basically just high-level overview of Zed. How many different, Nakamoto, Zabo, Finnies are there? Different bloodlines, their win rates. You can see the different distances that are raced. How many races are there? Class 4 looks extremely popular. But then kind of an important thing here is looking at the flame rate. So, to really finish top, you're looking at 53, 51, and then 34. So it's not bulletproof. It's not, a golden, hey, this is, if you're going to hit this, you're going to perform well. But it's a nice little bonus indicator to say, hey, if you've got fire, I say mid 50s, this has actually dropped off a little bit. A few weeks ago, this was at 56% for first. If your flame rate is in that mid 50s range, that's usually a pretty good sign. So we take this information, we apply it back here to this and say, okay, here's kind of our benchmark. We're below that benchmark in class 3. Let's take a step back. Class 4 looks to be the ceiling of this horse. 250 paid, 14-16. That is how I would go about racing this horse. Remy, thank you so much for popping in. We're gonna have to ban Isaac Kissa. Not cool. I really need mods. Boom, and you gone. All right. Let's click off of that quick. 1 sec, chat. All right. So that was kind of like a very big, kind of like a deep dive into how I'd like really go about a deep horse analysis. Other horses might be a little faster, a little easier. Other horses might be a little quicker. Other horses I might start with a different approach. There is no one size fits all. You have to follow this formula in order to, properly evaluate a horse. Think about your goals. Think about what you want to do. The other important part is you can use this tool not just for evaluating your horses, but for horses that you want to potentially purchase. Get some deeper insight into how they're performing, where they're performing. Is it a strong 1400 finisher in class 4? Well, you already have one. Is that really a buy you want to make then? Just taking those things into consideration is really, really important. All right. Armageddon again. And just because we'll get there. I'm not going to jump the gun. Armageddon again. I am not seeing. I'm seeing Armageddon alarm. Am I spelling it wrong? Let's check out Armageddon again. 1 sec. A little cheap sheet. I think I'm spelling it wrong. Let's see. One D. Boom, got it. That's on me. Bad spelling. All right, perfect. All right, and then we'll get to yours next, J. Reese. So I'm going to try and evaluate this one. I don't know anything about this horse. Try and evaluate this a little differently. So the filters stayed. We're still on paid for this horse. And I'm going to start here. I'm going to start at, this performance right here. So a few things that are standing out to me. 1,600. So this is class 4 paid, and I've got a lot of red out in front. I haven't looked at anything else on this horse. Excuse me. This looks like it could be promising. So I go to 1,600. Experience, cool. Profitable, no. Let's try and figure out why. Profile is NA, fast, below average. So 14 races. Average class of 4. Average place of 4.5. Average fee profit. Oh, so just under profit. My guess is you may have a race or two in there that might have kind of bumped that down or off. But 50% first through third. That is huge. No wins. That's a little concerning. But I still kind of like that performance. Now, if we look at 2,400, this is also very interesting. So similar fee, similar profit, 5 races, and 20% win, which is awesome. So that's 1 win. And then you've got, on top of your win, you've got another finish in 1 through 3. So, and this is profitable, yes, left you, average, cool. And again, I'm seeing 20, 24, both profitable. So with this horse, you've got 1 through 3 here. I would imagine most of those would probably be thirds. But you also have this 2,400, only 5 paid races. I would take the next, maybe 5. Let's double that up. Let's do 5 more races. Let's get that up to 14, closer to 14, so we can do a more accurate comparison. And let's see how this performance, this distribution of your finishes, pans out. Do these numbers hold? 40% first through third is great, but the key here is the wins. I think that's huge. And I like that better than 2,000 because it's a slightly higher rate in both of these. So you're 6 and 1, 5. So let's bump that up. I would prioritize 2,400 over 2,000 at this point. From a performance standpoint, if you look here, boom, you've got these in front in your 5 races. Awesome. These are probably your first and your third. You've got some fire in class 4. So that's class 4 2,000. Okay. Not having fire doesn't mean your horse won't win or won't perform. But in this case with this horse, I wouldn't rely too much on the fire chart because it looks like it only fired or had fire in a few races. So that's how I would look at Armageddon again. Pinche Bureau. Let's take a look at that. And again, just trying to highlight the differences between how you evaluate a horse, what you look at in a horse. I'm a big believer in trying to just get the most out of your investment while still focusing on, cheaper paid races. So, I love kind of the model of trying to play catch up in a way for your horses. So what you do is like, hey, I've got, 15 races here. It looks okay. 5 races with promise. Let's try and get that up. Let's see how these things compare as a way of evaluation. All right, we've got this horse up 39 races. Profitable, lightly raced, average, profit, 30% win. So all of your first through thirds have been wins. That's low. That's good. So this horse looks pretty untested. So you've got sprints. You've got your 1,000 meters. I would keep. So in this case, it looks like you found a bit of a distance and you went forward, at least from a paid perspective. We're going to completely exclude free races from this evaluation. So how I would kind of race this horse is I would take one. You've got a few options. You can continue racing just at 1,000 and just keep pumping that. You've got 3 out of 10. Try and get that, again, closer. Let's try and catch up to this 23. So start at 15. Throw 5 more races and see how this holds up. If this still does well, awesome. If this continues to hold, you have other options because your horse is profitable. So now you can start to look at, let's start to explore other distances. Let's try 16. Let's try 2,000, 22, 18, paid. And see how that goes. Now, let's, for the sake of looking at this, you had 39 paid races. Let's switch over to free as well. And maybe you did explore those other distances, and you didn't quite see the performance that you wanted, so you've really just been focusing on 1,000 and 1,200. Let's see what we have here with the frees. Oh, yeah, so you went all over the place. You've got, one race, so I love that you kind of split this out. Here's your 1,000 again. Yeah. And so this is mostly free races at your 14. But these are great numbers. So when I see about 40-ish% in first through third, I would start to bump up and look at that from a standpoint of let's start looking at paid 250. Or if we're already racing 250, let's move it up to 5. And it looks like this horse should be racing class 5, maybe class 4. Class 3, it looks like it's a little bit kind of out of its league, at least for paid. Just kind of my take on it there. Ty says Sierra Blue. And I'll take a second while this loads to catch up in chat. I can talk a little bit about breeding as well. R25. Yeah, we can do that. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a great breeder. I wouldn't say I've got breeding down by any stretch of the imagination, but I can give my take on it as well. All right, Sierra Blue. Let's look at this. Wow, a ton of races. So 500 races. So we're going to switch this to paid. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wee, wow. And I'm going to update phone soon so I can get chat's reviews on what phone they use to race. Well, that's a good question. So, chat, yeah, what phone do you use to race if you have one? Ozzy Zabo. Exclusive. Felt like had some bad race history. Just got him yesterday. Let's take a look at that. I don't have knights yet. What are you talking about, Doughboy? I don't have knights. Get some swords in chat. Whoa, hold on, Doughboy. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Oh, mods. Yeah, I need them. I need them bad. Official petition for MJ to do more Borat impressions. Oh, Jesus. Sweet Jesus. All right. Okay, so we've got a little. Okay, so Sierra Blue. I might have jumped a few in there. I apologize if I did. It was bouncing around. Oh, no, Sierra Blue was in there already. All right, so Sierra Blue paid 260 races at 1200. Look how bright this is. Holy crap. 63% fire, average fee, 16% win, 35% here. Like, I would almost start to explore a few $5 races. If you haven't already, I'm sure you have within this, but try and up that entry fee. If you're still flaming and you're still kind of finishing at the ends of the races, so, 9 through 12, 1 through 3, and you're flaming, I think that's a sign you could be performing in that higher dollar value. Looks like you might be able to run class 4, definitely class 5. I like 1200 a good amount. Yeah, that looks fairly straightforward to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see who we got next in chat. Hager. Hitting it up right now. No problem, Jerry's. Samsung Note, and it's dog, so I just play on PC. I've got a Samsung Note as well, and I really don't race on my phone too much. iOS MetaMask works decent. I can't talk. Definitely slower than PC. Yeah, Alex, I'll try and get to that. Bringing in the heat. I want a horse to be looked at if you got time, Remy. Absolutely, Remy. We can look at that for you. We got some time still. We got some time. We just cracked the hour mark. We got some time. Let's see here. Bourbon Boys. Got into Zed after watching a few of your streams and bought a Z2 Genesis today. Holy mother nuggets. Congrats to you, Bourbon. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I don't know how I missed that earlier. Thank you so much. That's incredible. I hope it works out well for you. Good luck. That would be absolutely awesome. Love that, love that, love that. All right. So where are we? We're at Hager right now. Okay, so I'm seeing looks like we got some distance with some profitability, unproven at 2. We're at paid races. Wow, look at 24-26. Profitable, 20% winner over 73 races, 53% first through third. I would up that entry fee. Absolutely. Same thing here with your 26. This horse is a marathoner. Look at this thing go. 2,000. I mean, you've only got one paid there. That's awesome, but looking like class 4-ish, class 5, class 4. Again, backed up by these arrow charts here. Absolutely great performance. And notice holding in class 4. The flame rate, even some in class 3 at that 24, which is great. I would guess 26 would be maybe in the 60-50% range here. But yeah, this is, I think it looks like you can race class 3 paid. If not, maybe try and get down to 4. But yeah, this looks like a really, really fun horse. Super, super cool. Let's see. Man, I'm all over the chat. Okay. We did Sierra Blue. We did Hager. Okay, so Strawberry Diamond, bred for the maiden tourney, only running free races, about 100% flames after 26 races. Only 3 wins, though. So it sounds like a very strong. Bert, we'll check that out. Strawberry. Is it Diamond? Yeah, I think it was Diamond. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Excited. I'm working on currently 3 new Zed tools. Here's a little alpha for you all. Some of you know what some of them are. Um, I don't think anyone knows what all of them are. We'll switch that over from paid to free. So super excited. One of them is a refresh of an old tool. 2 of them are going to be brand new. One I've been working on for months and months and months. All right, so free. Okay, so it looks like you've only done distance, at least so far with this horse. Love the 100% flame, 20%. So yeah, so I would focus on, 24. You're 22. Interesting. Um, because you're racing this for a tournament right now and you're doing frees, I would just stick to where you're getting this performance. Free races, count for it. This first through third is awesome. I would just keep hitting, the 24s. Just because they'll also show up more than the 26. That looks like a fun free race horse at the very least. Can probably move up to some paids. But we will see. The Riffler. Sounds like I don't know, reminds me of Stifler. Anyone remember those movies? Yes, no, maybe. Um um all right, the Riffler. Um so we're looking at all free and paid. So it looks like this is mostly almost completely free. Some paids in there, not many. 10% 50. So yeah, I mean 1600. Your lightly raced there, 10 races. That's kind of the max of your race. I would continue to push that out a little more. Let's try and get that up to 15 or 20. Class 3.5, so it looks like 4 and 3. 4 looks a lot stronger for the Riffler there. Z6, that's fun. Lucky Jack, what up? Big ol' Ripper. Let's see what happens while this loads. Let's see. Welcome back, Prospect. How was dinner? We got through Sierra Blue. The next one we'll do Don't Call Me. All right, so big old Ripper. Mostly free. We've got some paid, some crazy paids there. Whoa, what is this? Whoa, 111 all across the board. Wow. So we got 42 races, and I'm seeing. So 16's interesting, 14's interesting, and 12 is interesting. So like that kind of like short mid looks very interesting to me. 26 at 4 seems like it could be a little bit of an outlier, but you've got wins at 14 with paid. Not profitable though. That might be offset by some weird entry fees. You also have got that at 16. Um, so very, very interesting. Let's keep going 14, 16. I like, 33 out of your 44. That's pretty solid. 66% fire, 84% fire. I've raced 16 a few more, and you've got a nice fallback in 14. I like it. I like it. I like it. Don't call me. All right. let's see what we got here. Big shout out, Smash. Thank you so much for stopping in tonight. It means a lot that you are here. Appreciate it. Big shout out to you. And let's get Don't Call Me. It's lightly raced, even free versus paid. Looks like we've got 33, 6, 1200, 3 races. Keep racing that out. Oh, and at class 3 too. Yeah, that could be 1200 could be fun. It's interesting. It's super, super early for this horse. So unproven, lightly raced, unproven, unproven, unproven. Developing that out is going to be the most important thing for Don't Call Me at this time. Let's see. Bought the horse a few days ago. It was fairly cheap and looked fairly profitable at 18. I've also been racing only at 18. So let's check out 18. 50% fire. Average fee. So your average fee is super, super high. Am I on the right horse right now? I might have missed some of those races if you've been racing it recently, so those wouldn't be in here. But I would try and drop the entry fee down, and you should see some of that performance start to shift. So if you see a horse that you're evaluating or you're racing, it has a really high entry fee, so above 250, and you're finishing in lot in kind of like the middle distribution of all the different distances, try and move or drop the entry fee, and you should hopefully start to see some of that performance shift in a more favorable way for you. Judicial inquiry. Absolutely, Alex. So when you think about like how a race should run and perform, you've got to think about like, I think of like X and Y axis. So your classes are your X, and then your Y is your entry fee. And like, it's not just figuring out, and your distance, I guess, is also in there as well. So maybe it's like a 3D grid. I don't know. Crazy math stuff. But it's important to figure out your distance. It's important to figure out your class and your entry fee. Those are the 3 big factors you have to consider. And then once you get that figured out, then really dial it in. Over close to 600 races, we're going to switch this over to paid just so we can get a little bit better of a metric. Panda's in the house. Another OG. How you doing, Panda? And then Remy, let me know what horse you would like. No problem, Bourbon. Any potential, so Siberia says, any potential in unknowing fire in paids, or should I sell and wait for it? Can you expand on that, Siberia? I'm not sure if I'm totally following that. Judicial inquiry paid 347 races, 126. You've got profitable. You $5 entry. That's awesome. You've got this too, 22%. I like that the numbers are a little higher here at 22. I don't see why you wouldn't keep hitting 12, 43% first through third. You might even be on that cusp of bumping the entry fee up to that 0.03, just to see how it does. But very, very, very interesting. And so we see how the fire degrades by class over time. I would really try and target class 3 or 4 for this horse. Yeah, Siberia, let me know. Stream with Evergreen was mint. Good luck to you and your dad. Oh, Bourbon Boys, nice. Evergreen is awesome. Big, big fan of Evergreen. I just wanted to see if I did make a good decision. Yeah, no problem. Pony Stewart for NFT Magic, absolutely. While this loads, just do a little chat. Man, we've got a lot of horses tonight. A lot of horses. We'll be wrapping it up pretty soon here. Glad dinner was good. Literally came back after seeing your tweet that Brett Smith is a real person. Yes, can we talk about the mystery that is Brett Smith? It was allegedly rumored that Brett Smith may be a bot from Bot Lady, but that was disproven tonight, based on my tweet. So Brett Smith was in here during kind of the pre um, show, we'll call it. Um, and then dropping corgis in chat like they always do. And now gone. But I asked Brett Smith a question. One corgi if you're a bot, two if you're not. And the hit me with two corgis. So, and then I called up Brett Smith for saying, hey, that's something a bot would say. I mean, obviously trying to pull a fast one on me here. So then Brett Smith responded with one corgi. Very confused. Very confused. All right, Pony Store. We'll get through a few more evaluations. Not sure if we're going to be able to hit all of them tonight. Gonna log off in a minute here, but we can get through a few more. Pony Stewart paid all over the place. NFT Magic loves to race their horses. So you've got profit all over the place. You got 10, 12, 16, 18, not 14. My guess is maybe this is fee related, but I mean, look at you've got 8, 10, 17, 17, 37, 36. So then, like, when you're pretty well raced. I don't think you'd have to necessarily play catch up as far as, trying to match a number of races with this horse. But I like, in picking this, there are a few things I would look at. So let's look at fees. They're all the same. Let's look at average class. And we'll specifically focus on these three things. So your class has been the most difficult, quote unquote, in 1600. And you've got fire almost matching your top, or sorry, it is your top fire. Average fee 0.02, 36%, which is slightly lower. I mean, these numbers are pretty much the same, but it's held up over a much longer period of time at a lower class. So this is why I prefer 1600 the most for this horse. And then again, looking at where should we be racing, class 4 looks like it's where it should be. Although not horrible. You can still kind of do class 2, maybe class 3. Class 4 would be a dream for this horse. Look at the corgis in shed in honor of Brett Smith. MVG. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting ahead of things. Pony Stewart. Appreciate the review. No problem. MJ, can you check out Guac O'Clock? All right, we'll do two more after this from Dallas Diamonds. While this loads. All right, so we've got one paid. We're going a little slow tonight. There we go. So pretty new horse. Looks like only been running the sprints. You've got some fire, which is awesome. At freeze. So if this is a maiden horse, you're seeing, man, 14 looks pretty good. I would try a 16 if you want. Just to see what happens. See, like, is that, upper limit? Is that going to keep going? You are only in freeze. So the horse could be flaming all over the place. But I don't hate 14. I would try a little bit of 16 as well, just to see what happens. And if you get some performance in 16, maybe go up one more to 18. What up, Whiskey Med? Welcome. That's all right, Bert. No worries. This one time at band camp. The Stifler joke. Nice. Mom's name is Smooth Riffle. I didn't name it. American Pie. Stiffmeister. Oh, calling out Bert for the giveaways. No problem, Jake. Yeah, low Z's are awesome. Prospect says good. Thank you for asking. Cool. Killer timing. Smash, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. MVG Monster. MVG Monster. This is Remy's new horse. Remy, is this your first horse? And then Unknowing Fire after that for Siberia. I think we'll end there. If I did not get to a review tonight, hit me up after stream. I'll try and get to it when I can. MVG Monster, 14 races. We've got some paid in here, and we've got a win. So 1 out of 7. Looks like maybe. I'm not great at math. 10, 12, 22, 16. So you're on both ends of the kind of the racing spectrum here, Remy. 14% fire at 1,000. So these look like 50% fire, 0, 0. Only 2 races. I'd be interested to see what your actual finish positions were. Excuse me, at 26. I'd be curious to see what happens at 24 paid. I would try and kind of space this horse out a little bit more. You're relatively unproven across the board. Keep trying that. I mean, look, 7 races. Don't think all of these were paid. Let's see what happens there. It looks like that paid might have come from a free, or sorry, the win might have come from a free race. I could be wrong. So I'd race the horse out a little bit more. So I like 1,000. You've got 1,200, 25 and 75 with fire. Work up from your sprints and work down. Hit a 24. I'd be really curious to see that. It is your first horse. Nice. And then we're going to do last one, which is... Oh, wait. Matrix Cube. Is that a horse name? If you're gonna buy him, at least breed him out. Is the name? Did that. Can you please analyze Unknowing Fire? Yep, and we'll wrap up there. Unknowing Fire. Is this Dan Chan's new horse? Is this the one that's in the maiden or the side bet? Maybe not. This has 300 races. I take that back. All right, so we're going to switch this over to paid. And so it looks like some class 2s, some class 3s, some class 4, mostly for this horse. Starting here. So okay, wow, 26 looks good. Maybe some performance at 22 and 2,000. So yeah, 2,000, huge drop off. Let's see. So 2,000. Okay, yep, 2,000. 74% fire, average fee, profit, win, first through third. Like I like that a lot. 26 isn't bad. I would just keep going with 2,000. Your 22s, I'd say close enough for me to say that that's probably going to be a little stronger. Then your 2,000 will be stronger than your 22. It looks like 250, 2,000 class 4 would be your place to go. Yeah, so we've got overall just kind of that more of an A shape coming out of it, but definitely left leaning. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. We're running a little late. It's about 8:15 my time. Go ahead and close out. If I did not get to your horse tonight, I apologize. Tune back in next Thursday, 7. We'll be doing a lot more of these. Otherwise, feel free to DM me. Twitch, Twitter, probably not Twitch. I don't check those as often, but Twitter and Discord. My Discord and Twitter are both down below there. Feel free to reach out, and I'd be more than happy to review a horse for you. I always want to pump the 12 with Pony, but the data says mid. Yes, just a few little last catch-ups. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Appreciate you stopping in tonight. Hopefully able to pick up a few little nuggets of knowledge. This is my website, mjinformatics.com. and you can visit it, use this tool yourself here. Let me know if you have any questions on it. No matter where you are, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you.